G'day, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we are going to have another quick talk about Buddhism, and the topic is who is a Buddhist? So let's say in the current society, there are many Buddhists, right? So, but they really don't know, being a Buddhist, what they have to do, and what does it what's the real meaning of Buddhism, or a Buddhist. But we will talk about that. Normally, we become Buddhist by the birth certificate, because my mom and dad are Buddhist, because they call themselves Buddhist, and so I'm a Buddhist. So that's how most of us, probably 99.99% of people, become a Buddhist. That is really incorrect. That's not how you are going to be a Buddhist. So, okay, then let's see how we are going to be a Buddhist. So, in a previous time, in Buddha's time, when he was alive, so what happened was, most of them, people before the Buddha's enlightenment, so there was no Buddhist at all. So all of them, they were having many religions, and so there was no Buddha, because Buddha started this Buddhism. He didn't invent this Buddhism, but he just discovered, because Buddhism is the philosophy, is the theory in this world. That's how it works. So because after a long time from the previous Buddha, then that theory, that a proper understanding the meaning of the world, it's going to be hiding. So probably there are some words, they might have come through these Vedas or this Brahmins books, but it's not with the right meaning. So when Buddha was enlightened, and he discovered all these meanings, and then he start preaching the people, like this is what the thing you have to do, this is how the world goes, and then the things like that. So so before that, there was no any Buddhist before the Buddha's enlightenment. The Buddha started this the people, and then how they become a Buddhist. So in that time, what happened was, when somebody comes to see Buddha, the Supreme Buddha started talking, taking a topic surrounding them, or probably he started asking a question, and then he started explaining that, or the person came to him, the person asked him a question. So whatever the starting point was, so Buddha started talking and started explaining what this is, what the world is, and how it is behaving, how we react to the world, and then how it is going to affect us according to the way we react. So by listening to Buddha, that person or the group, they understood the reality. So how this world works, and how should be our reaction, and what's going to happen when we react in a particular way, and then how all the karma, what we are doing, or about the facts about the rebirth. So all these things, that person, he got a good understanding, and then it was like a really delightful experience for them, because that theory or that philosophy, the Buddha's teaching, they have never heard in entire their lives. So this is like something upside, turning upside down. So once they understood the reality, the way they expressed their delightful experience was, they say, Venerable Sir, it was like somebody lit a lamp in a dark to for those people inside the room to see the world. And then again somebody says it's like uh, a container which was upside down and then turned the other way around. It's like then we can use that container. So likewise, and there's another definition like somebody shows the way to somebody who was lost, and things like that. They express their happiness about this understanding. So and so then they said to Buddha, Venerable Sir, please accept me as a person who's taking the refuge of Buddha Dhamma Sangha for entire my life. So then he becomes a Buddhist. So how he became a Buddhist? He understood the Buddha's teaching properly and thoroughly, and then he knew that the path he was going was not the right path. Probably it might have been turned 180 degrees the other way around. So likewise, like Angulimala. So he was killing, and then but after taking Buddha's advices and the teaching, so he became an arahant. So totally opposite. So likewise, how we became a Buddhist is, first we have to understand what Buddha says. We have to understand the things we are doing, then what are the outcomes going to be. So once we understand this, we try to stay away from these attachments. So then he becomes, from the very moment he understands that, he is a Buddhist from that point onwards. But it's not by birth certificate. It's not like because my mom or dad is a Buddhist now. So they are this conventional Buddhist, yes, but this is not the real sense of the word. So once somebody becomes a Buddhist, so his one and only intention is to attain Nibbana. So there may be some here and there, like some disturbances, but his ultimate goal is to attain Nibbana as soon as possible, because he or she knows that if he or she attaches to this outside environment, so it's only giving them the troubles, and this attachment leads the way for them to face more and more difficult situations in this life and the next coming lives. So because of that reason, once he or she understands the philosophy or the theory behind this, so then from that point onwards, their ultimate goal is to attain Nibbana. So whatever they do, whatever they think, whatever they speak, everything is pointing towards the Nibbana. So they try to stay away from all of these 10 defilements. So they do only the good things which help them to go along this Nibbana path. So that's what the Buddhist does once he understands this theory. And the other important thing is, this is the universal theory. So I'll give an example, like, when Newton discovered that theory, three theorems, it's, so we can't say, I'm a Buddhist, so I don't accept that, or I'm an American, I'm an Australian, so I'm an Indian, so I don't agree with you, or I'm a male or female. Those things, they don't really relate to that theory. So regardless what you are, where you're from, who you are, that theory applies. So exactly like that theory, the Buddhism is also the same. So it doesn't matter which religion you are practicing, which country you are from, which gender you are in. So it doesn't matter what, this is the theory which is going to be applying to everything what you are going to do. So if you do good things, the good thing comes back to you. If you do bad things come back to you. So that's regardless who you are, what you are, where you're from, that's gonna happen to you. So if you don't attach to any of these things, external stuffs, so you are pointing your way to Nibbana. So from the very moment you understand this theory, anicca dukkha anatta, this four noble truth, or this eightfold path, Satara Satipatthana. So all of these topics, they talk about the same thing. So as soon as you understand this, you are a Buddhist, and your ultimate goal is going to be attain Nibbana. So from that very moment onwards, everything you do, everything you speak, everything you think is pointing towards this ultimate goal of Nibbana. So that's what Buddhist does, and that's uh, what is called a Buddhist. So hope you understand that, and then I'll come back with another topic in the future. So Tirvan Sarnai.